In the heart of Ravenswood, under a moonless sky, the old mansion loomed like a spectre of forgotten nightmares. This was no ordinary town, and certainly no ordinary night. Ravenswood, home to whispers of a shadowy presence, was as silent as a crypt. The mansion, a relic of a bygone era, stood ominously against the starless canvas of the night. Enter Sarah, a beacon of youthful curiosity in this world of shadows. She dismissed the local legends as mere folklore, her bravery leading her to the mansion's foreboding entrance. As she pushed open the creaking door, a chill ran through her, the air thick with an unspoken dread. The mansion's interior was a waltz of shadows, the dim light casting eerie forms on the walls. Despite the unsettling atmosphere, Sarah pressed on. Each footstep echoed through the mansion's empty halls, resonating with the whispers of the past. With a deep breath, Sarah stepped further into the darkness, her footsteps echoing like whispers of the past. The mansion's corridors twisted and turned, a maze designed not just to confuse, but to trap. As Sarah navigated the labyrinthine halls, her unease grew, her heart pounding like a drum in her chest. The air was heavy with the scent of decay and the whispers of the past. Her name echoed through the halls, a ghostly refrain that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. The whispers were soft at first, almost comforting, but they soon took on a more sinister tone. Her heart raced as she realized the doors she had just passed through were now gone, replaced by endless corridors. Panic surged through her veins like a tidal wave, threatening to pull her under. But Sarah was not one to give in to fear. She squared her shoulders and pressed on, determined to break free from the mansion's cruel grip. The whispers grew louder, a cacophony in the silence, as Sarah stumbled upon a flickering light in the distance. Driven by a mix of fear and hope, Sarah followed the dim light, each step a defiance of the dread that clawed at her soul. The mansion's air was thick, heavy with the scent of decay and old secrets. As she moved cautiously, her breaths quick and shallow, the light seemed to flicker, as if beckoning her deeper into the forgotten corridors of the house. At last she reached the source of the light, a dusty, ancient mirror standing solemnly in a neglected part of the mansion. Framed by cobwebs, it had an eerie aura, as though it held 1,000 silent screams. Sarah, her heart pounding fiercely, stepped closer, her eyes meeting the glass. The reflection that greeted her was grotesque, a twisted mockery of her own visage. Eyes dark as voids, a grin split unnaturally wide. It was a horror she could scarcely comprehend. In that moment, Sarah understood. The mirror was the heart of the curse, reflecting not her image, but the despair that had consumed Ravenswood. With a scream that echoed through the void, Sarah shattered the mirror, shards falling like tears of the broken curse. The mansion trembled as if in agony, the curse lifting but leaving a shadow in its wake. Glass shards from the shattered mirror littered the ground, twinkling like sinister stars in the dim, flickering light. The walls, now groaning under the weight of centuries, began to crumble, sending clouds of dust swirling around Sarah. With each step she took, the floorboards moaned, threatening to give way beneath her. Despite the chaos, a surge of relief washed over her. The nightmare was ending, wasn't it? Yet, a prickling sensation at the back of her neck suggested she was not entirely alone. Eyes unseen seemed to pierce through the darkness, watching her every move. As Sarah navigated the disintegrating hallways, the air felt charged, heavy with the remnants of dark energies. The mansion, though breaking apart, seemed reluctant to let go of its spectral inhabitant. Emerging into the cool night air, Sarah's heart pounded in her chest. The mansion behind her a ruin. The whispers of Ravenswood seemed quieter, yet she knew deep down some shadows refused to fade. Tonight, Sarah faced more than just old ghosts and whispered legends. She faced the darkness within. As she ventured into the abandoned mansion, her skepticism was met with a tangible fear that clung to the air like a dense fog. With each step deeper into the shadowy halls, the echoes of her own footsteps seemed to be accompanied by faint, menacing whispers calling her name. In the mansion's heart, Sarah faced the ultimate test, a mirror not just reflecting her image, but the embodiment of the town's darkest fears. The realization struck her hard. The horror she faced was not only external, but also a reflection of her own inner fears. Courageously, she shattered the mirror, and with it the curse that had lingered over Ravenswood like an unending night. This tale teaches us the power of confronting our deepest fears, of looking into the mirrors of our souls and challenging the spectres that reside there. As the tale of Ravenswood continues to whisper through the ages, remember, some doors, once opened, lead to paths forever haunted.